Hi, this is Dr. Kyre Adept talking a bit more about Geotran human programming. One of the relationships that we see between Geotran and other ways of correcting the energy field and the energy flow within the human being is the correlation with traditional Chinese medicine five-element theory. So when we are looking at a particular person to find out what glitches they may be running and where they got them or who they got them from, person, place, or thing, then we are able to turn to correlations with traditional Chinese medicine to find out what issues may be involved. Now, as I'm sure you know, traditional Chinese medicine, especially the five-element theory, talks about the yin imbalance, yang imbalance in the five elements, which are fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And in TCM, these elements relate to each other in very specific ways. For example, if you have a wood element organ that's overheating, that may well create more fire element. So the wood meridian, the wood element organs, which are liver and gallbladder, an issue there may show up by overheating the fire element and the associated meridians and organs, which would be, for example, the heart. So each of these meridians and organs also have psychological effects. So, for example, we see the liver as leading to issues around anger, being livid, for instance. Gallbladder is typically about resentment or bitterness. Heart elements are about joy or lack of joy. And in fact, each of the traditional Chinese medicine elements have very specific emotional states relating to them: sadness, grief, anger, fear. So by tracking down which elements are being affected, that is to say, which part of the person's energy network or wiring diagram is being affected, we can tell a lot about which part of their life is either being diminished or being exacerbated. And then, and this is the really clever part, we go back to the moment that they received that contamination, the equivalent of the computer virus or the computer glitch, the programming glitch, came into their life, and fix it there. See, if we take out the dandelion root at the time and place when it was brought into the person's field, then the leaves and flowers will die off by themselves. And as I said before, typically I find 80% of these contaminations are taking place before the person is 5 and certainly before they're 10, because at that age you really don't have a sense of what is you and what is your parents' issue or what is normal for you. That is the point. When you're 5 years old, whatever's going on around you is normal for you. There is no external picture or evaluation of what normal might be, or much less what healthy might be. You just don't know. It's all about what's happening for you and in your life, and especially in your family at that time. Now, of course, we can also pick up these patterns and these glitches and these programming issues at later ages, and we do frequently, especially from people that we spend a lot of time with, or people who are attempting to process something in their own lives, and they don't have the processing capacity to do that, mainly because they themselves have been seriously contaminated over time. And so maybe the equivalent is they're trying to take the garbage out, they trip, the coffee grounds go flying, you happen to be there, and suddenly your white shirt is covered in dark coffee stains. So no blame. It's not a matter, in general, it won't be a matter of someone who is maliciously contaminating your field. It does happen, but normally it's because of a misunderstanding rather than malice. And by using the correlations within traditional Chinese medicine, we can really, really home in on what part of your life has been affected, both as a root cause in terms of the glitch, and then the ongoing effects of running someone else's bitterness, someone else's envy, someone else's indecision, large intestine, somebody else's issue in that element, in that meridian, including the knock-on effects that it might have according to the way the elements relate to each other in traditional Chinese medicine. So when we put together that particular perspective or viewpoint, we put that together with our understanding of the four main biocomputers, which are light, life, love, and bliss, each of which controls or directs another aspect of the person's life, we can get very, very precise about when and how the person's affected, and therefore how to change it so that they are no longer affected by somebody else's programming. And I will talk about this a little bit more, especially with regard to the light computer, in the next video.